I need to discuss this because my name is in the middle of it. And the state government has leapt into it like a rabid dog. According to reports in the leader newspapers, a police sergeant called Michael Lamb, a former Liberal candidate, has been accused of leaking information to me. He has pleaded not guilty. So I won't comment on the case. That's up to the courts. I will not comment on the case. But I've received some strange questions about this, most strange from a reporter who seemed to be suggesting that I was guilty of ignoring police protocols, for heaven's sake. So I'll say this, yes, I did broadcast a lot of leaked material about crimes committed in Victoria, and I still do. It was accurate, and in my view, it was in the public interest. But put this case aside, put my case here aside. Journalists do not reveal sources, and this is why. If I revealed sources, nobody would ever tell me and you anything at all. There'd be no red-hot tips, no rorts exposed. Over the years, I've been leaked material from some very high positions in state and federal governments, police force, business, unions, education system, prison system, councils, health industry. And that's how a journalist works. They get information the public needs to know and they make it public, particularly if somebody's trying to cover it up. That's our job. Leaked material on this program has led to the resignation of a Chief Commissioner, Simon Overland. It led to a restructuring of the blood collection system to make it safer. A leak told me hours before anybody knew that Ford was closing in Australia, vital information for the staff. So yes, I broadcast leaked material, but in this case, I will say this much about it, it was accurate and it was in the public interest. Covered some very nasty crimes, aggravated burglaries, carjackings. I argued you had a right to know about that and know about quickly, because these thugs could come storming into your house. If there had been a number of aggravated burglaries in one night in your neighbourhood, you deserve to know. And for some reason, the police weren't telling you, or at least were very slow to tell you. So the information was correct and in the public interest. I don't apologise for broadcasting it. And for anybody to suggest I should be bound by some bureaucratic police protocol, well, they don't understand the business. Remember the media's Right to Know campaign? Well, some in the media have forgotten that already. It's 9:11. The acting Premier is trying to politicise this issue. He's released a statement, James Merlino. He says this raises questions for Matthew Guy and Michael O'Brien. That's fair enough, probably does. But Mr. Merlino is so excited he's salivating, and he's taking this high moral ground, commenting on detail. This is the same government that ran the red shirts rort, where the ministers refused to talk to police, refused to be interviewed. Where's your high moral ground there? The same government that wouldn't discuss the red shirts issue publicly because, quote, police are investigating, unquote. It would be improper, they said. But he'll go on at length when an issue is actually before the court. This James Merlino's statement is drowning in hypocrisy. But then, why should I be surprised? I'm not. Hypocrisy is a staple of politics in this country at the moment.